Welcome back to JIMBS. My name is Melissa Mitchell from here in Australia from Abundant Life Studio, which is a social media marketing agency. Today, I've been asked to react to Muslim set world record for humanitarian aid during Turkey-Syria earthquake and by the CJ Werleman show, which I have reacted to before. I really enjoy his videos. I find his videos very open, very factual, and he's done his research. So I really enjoy his videos, and I'm really enjoying looking at this, of course, because you know that's such a tragic event that happened in Turkey and Syria. I'd love to see about the world record, and I have no doubt that the Muslims have set the world record for this because of who they are and what they believe and how they help people. I know that for sure. So yeah, I was just going to say, I remember when I lived in Dubai and I was talking to someone there. He was an Emirati, and he said that you know, if they were talking about the Bedouins, I think that's Bedouin, I think that's what they're called. So the nomads in the desert. And he was sort of saying, you know, like if a Bedouin was to visit you in your home, you must take them in and you must look after them without question, without judgment. So I have no doubt that they've set the world record for this, because I know that that's in their faith and that's who they are. Okay, before we get started, make sure that you hit that subscription button below if you haven't already. Make sure you hit that notification bell so that you know when JIMBS next uploads our videos. And of course, let your family and friends, loved ones know about JIMBS, and we can reach more people. So here we go. Muslims set world record for humanitarian aid during Turkey-Syria earthquake by the CJ Werleman show. So we will push play and we'll see what it's about. If you like it, give us a thumbs up at the end, and I'll let you know my opinion at the end as well. Okay, here we go.
Hello everyone, I'm CJ Werleman. We're filming this episode while I'm on assignment in Indonesia. But please don't forget to click the subscribe button below, and we kindly ask you please help keep our show going and growing by supporting my journalism at patreon.com/CJWerleman. You'll be helping me expose more injustices in the Muslim world. Now let's get into it. The response from the Muslim world to the devastating earthquake to hit Turkey and Syria has served up yet another powerful reminder for why I hold such a deep admiration for the Islamic religion. But to be clear, when I say the Muslim world, I'm not referring to the governments of Muslim majority countries, but rather individual Muslims of all nationalities.
Oh, wow.
Because what we have witnessed in the aftermath of an unimaginable tragedy is an outpouring of solidarity and generosity from individual Muslim donors that proves once again that in a time of humanitarian crisis, Islam is the world's greatest religion, and I say that as a non-religious person. This mosque, standing unscathed amongst the rubble, serves as a perfect metaphor for what I'm about to say. You see, what makes Islam stand shoulders above other religious faiths is its solemn commitment to charity and charitable work. In fact, charity, or what Muslims refer to as zakat, is one of the 5 essential pillars of Islam, meaning Muslims are duty-bound to donate a certain portion of their wealth each year to charitable causes. Whereas Christians, on the other hand, are not obligated, but encouraged to donate to the Church or Vatican, which is one of the most corrupt organizations on the planet.
I agree.
In other words, Christians give to greedy and corrupt leaders of the church, while Muslims are donating to vulnerable people in desperate need of aid and comfort. The difference between the two religions could not be more striking. And if you're looking for a clear illustration for how Islam inspires generosity, then meet this Rohingya Muslim woman, a refugee in a foreign country who sold her only item of value to help Turkish and Syrian victims. Rohingya refugees in Bangladesh are also leading the way to raise money and aid for Turkey and Syria, remembering that these Muslims are survivors of genocide who remain displaced from their homes and villages in Myanmar. Even in their hour of need, they are helping strangers on the other side of the world cope with their own form of misery and suffering. And this is exactly what makes Islam stand out from other religions.
Yeah.
You see, whereas Christians, Hindus or Jews see other members of their respective faiths as merely co-religious believers, Muslims, on the other hand, see fellow Muslims as brothers and sisters, and they use this family-centered terminology to refer to each other, always. The way a Rohingya genocide survivor feels about a Turkish earthquake victim is the same way non-Muslims feel about members of their own families. In other words, 2 billion Muslims share an unbreakable bond, one that is only interrupted or temporarily severed because of great power politics or the political machinations of corrupt and powerful Arab or Iranian regimes that profit by keeping their citizens divided and powerless with hyper-sectarian propaganda. But as Arab monarchies and great powers play their games, Muslims from across the world are coming to the aid of the Turkish and Syrian people. For instance, American Muslims, who account for fewer than 4 million people, have raised a whopping $100 million, while an individual donor in Pakistan donated $30 million on his own to Turkey and Syria.
Wow.
And even more remarkable are the Palestinians of Gaza, who, despite being caged like animals inside the world's largest concentration camp, and despite having zero financial resources, stood in line to donate much needed blood to help Turkey and Syria. These are just a small sample of Muslims giving what they can. But one story that really hit me hard was a 74-year-old man who donated money he had put aside for his once-in-a-lifetime pilgrimage to Mecca.
Umre'ye gidecekti bu yıl ama umre parasını depremzedeler göndermek üzere bize geldi, Kızılay'a getirdi. Sen hayırların en büyüğünü yaptın.
Gözleri tam
Ağlama. Bugün bizim aldığımız en güzel hayır bu. Hayırların hepsi güzel de bu amcamızın yaptığı bu bağışı biz ilelebet unutamayacağız. Allah.
I mean, what can you say other than wow? Putting others who are less fortunate than you before your own interests is the living embodiment of Islamic scripture. But then there are the Islamic charity organizations, such as Islamic Relief, Zakat USA, and Red Crescent, all of whom are reporting record levels of donations for earthquake victims. No matter what religious faith you belong to, you can't help but be totally overawed by the collective generosity and kindness of Muslims. And I have witnessed this unmatched kindness through my own efforts. Last year, the Turkey-based charity group, Droplets of Mercy, asked me that I help them raise money for Uyghur refugees in Istanbul, with the target of raising $10,000 from my individual efforts on social media. My initial reaction was, I will never be able to help you raise this much money in such a short period of time. But boy, was I wrong. In fact, I helped them raise more than 90% of this target in just 60 days by posting only a few tweets. That's right, we raised $9,000 for Uyghur refugees from individual Muslim donors in under 2 months. This still blows me away, because right there, that's the mobilizing power of Islam in a humanitarian crisis. But let me finish with this. The human catastrophe of this earthquake continues to unfold. Voices are still being heard under the rubble, with survivors left homeless in the freezing cold while grieving for their missing loved ones. So please give what you can to trustworthy organizations like Islamic Relief, Zakat, Red Crescent, and others. They need our help. Anyway, that's my time for today. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And we kindly ask you please support this endeavor by becoming a member of this show at patreon.com/CJWellerman. We can't produce, sustain, and grow this show without your help, and we offer exclusive benefits to those who do. But for now, good night, good morning, wherever you are, and stay blessed.
That made me cry. That man donating his money. Wow. I know when I worked for the airlines in the Middle East, and I flew to Mecca, and I would do the Hajj. I worked on the flights for Hajj and the pilgrimage. And I remember the Emirati people telling me, before we get on the flight, they say to you, treat these people, which we always treated them with respect, but the pilgrimage is, from my understanding, for you know, obviously it's something I haven't done. It's a big deal in the sense of it's a once in a lifetime opportunity, and people who maybe don't have a lot of money, or this man was, oh my gosh, this man saving up to do it, and he's donated that money. That gets me. That shows in his heart just exactly what they're saying in this video, the love and the humanitarian spirit. And as CJ Willerman was saying about, you know, family, and they call it family, the amount of people and all our JIMBS followers that call me sister. And that's, you know, I know when I used to be on the flights too, I'd be referred to as sister, and it's a huge honor. Like it's something we don't do here in Australia. So beautiful story. I really like the point that he said about the Vatican, etc., because I agree with that. I think it's very corrupt. The Catholic Church, I do. Look, I have friends that are Catholic, and I accept that. I really do, and I accept Christianity. But there is a big corruption there, and it is a very different thing to what I see in the Islam faith. And this is why, look, I'm like CJ Willerman. I'm not religious. I'm just not. I'm who I am and my beliefs, etc. But I tell you that, you know, nothing about the Islam faith turns me off. There's many things about Catholic and Christian faith, particularly the Christian faith, that just turns me off. Look, I'm sure not all of it is corrupt, but a lot of it is corrupt. There's corruption here in Australia with the Christian, some of the churches, and Catholic, and Hillsong recently was on the news for, you know, spending money on expensive designer handbags and flying out, and it's ridiculous. And the thing is, the people are giving this money to fund the wrong people. They're funding the church leaders. This isn't. And I completely agree with this video. I couldn't agree more. And I've seen it myself in Dubai about how amazing these people are. I remember being on board once, and one of the Emirati crew that I was working with, he dropped some food. I think it was a croissant. And before he put it in the bin, he picked up the croissant and he kissed it. And he put it in the bin. I said, what are you doing? Like, why would you do that? He said, because I'm blessed that I have to put it in the bin. I can't serve it, but I want to show gratitude for it. And I went, that just blew my mind, because it's not what you hear in the other faiths. It's really not. I can't say for the Jewish faith because I don't know a lot about it, but I do see a lot here and hear a lot here about the Christian and Catholic and some other minority faiths as well. It does not align with me. It doesn't align with me. But yeah, beautiful video. Making me cry with these videos. That really touched my heart with that man. So thank you, CJ Willerman. An amazing video again, very open, very factual, and yeah, I really enjoy these videos. So thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed it as well. Let us know in the comments what you liked about it or what you disliked. But I'm assuming you'll like it, because yeah, that was a great video. If you haven't already, as I said before, make sure you subscribe to us. Let your friends and family know about JIMBS so we can reach more people. And until next time, my name's Melissa Mitchell from here in Australia, Abundant Life Studio, and we'll see you next time. Thank you for stopping by. Bye.